The FIFA Ballon d'Or ceremony is happening within less than 20 days, and we will find out who will be the best football player on the planet. So I decided to have a little fun and develop a data science model to predict the winner of the 2025 Ballon d'Or. Yeah. So in order to do this, I had to develop my own data set. I uploaded that data set on cargo.com. You can go to cargo.com, you log in, and then you search for my name, Nick Sakwa. I have a profile on cargo.com. You can check on data sets. You will find FIFA Ballon d'Or best player predictions. So within this data set, we have two CSV files. I generated them through data ingestion process, which is a process that basically just involves using multiple sources of information to develop a data set. So I browsed the internet. I used also GPT-5 so that I can come up with this data set, because all the data that I was looking for, I couldn't find online or on Cargo. So I decided to come up with my own data set, and I hope you guys are free to use it as well. So I have the Ballon d'Or shortlist. I would like to give a shout out to Planet Football. They have a summary of the Ballon d'Or shortlist. I decided to also have a CSV of the previous winners so that we could analyze why they were added the Ballon d'Or. And for example, on my CSV Ballon d'Or winners, we have Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and others. Luka Modric won in 2018. The reason why he won, if I compact this, he won the World Cup Golden Ball. Despite the fact of not winning the World Cup itself, they reached the final. He won the UEFA Champions League. Cristiano Ronaldo won in 2016 and 2017 after winning the Champions League and winning the Champions League Golden Boot. Most of the times, Ballon d'Or winners are awarded because they've won trophies for their clubs, won trophies for their country, and have achieved individual accolades. So I had to factor in that in order to build our data science model. So on the Ballon d'Or shortlist, let me go towards Planet Football. It has the player ratings that each player received, and these player ratings were gotten from whoscored.com ratings for 2024-2025. As you can see, the top 30 and each of their ratings. The player with the highest rating was Arsenal's Victor Grogates. The last season he was playing for Sporting Lisbon. He has an average player rating of 8.01. This player rating is the rating they get throughout the whole of last season. So I had to do a bit of prompt engineering with GPT-5 because this information, basically, like I said before, is not available on the internet. Basically, I did some prompt engineering with GPT-5. Personally, a Gemini fan, but GPT-5 gave me more accurate information. I asked it, get me the statistics of the 30-man Ballon d'Or shortlist, and I gave it a link of Planet Football rankings. And then the average match ratings from whoscored.com provided me with a summary table of the top 7 players and their average ratings, which isn't enough. Basically, we've been given a short list of 30 players. So I prompted it again and I said, give me a summary table rating for the top 30 Ballon d'Or nominees. So it generated for me the Ballon d'Or average match ratings for the 2024-2025 season. As you can see, some of the information is inaccurate. Kylian Mbappe PSG, he's no longer playing for PSG. You have to always be keen as a developer in case you're generating content with ChatGPT. Remember, you're the supervisor and you have to make sure that the information is accurate. That's why we human beings fill the gap. Finally, I was done prompting it and I was satisfied with the information, although I still had to add more information anyway at the end of the day. Prompting and using GPT is not necessarily as simple as they will make everyone think. But at the end of the day, it generated for me a Ballon d'Or shortlist.csv. I also asked it to generate for me a similar summary table for the last 10 winners of the Ballon d'Or to find out why they won. Here it is. Can you include the trophies they won, the average ratings that season, and what? The average rating data is not available. So all this information I had to prompt ChatGPT. So it took me more than 2 hours, believe me or not, me prompting ChatGPT to provide me accurate information. So human beings still play a vital role in data management. ChatGPT needs to be managed to fill the gaps in which it can't achieve. Finally, when I was done, they also gave me a CSV right down here. So it did its work, it did its job. Now the CSV, you can open CSVs using Excel. The other CSV for the Ballon d'Or winners, let me open that as well. We finally have a full data set of information. Now we can head over to the code, get down to business, right? This is the code. I use the Flask Python application to display the project in a web page. I use the pandas library for data processing, NumPy as well. We also import traceback. Traceback is a library used for breaking down errors and providing more information about errors. We are using import OS, meaning operating system, because we want to get the file path of our CSV files that are within the directory of our project. So we initiate our Flask app using this line app equals Flask name. Then we use os.path.join methods to get the file path of our two CSV files in the uploads folder within the root directory. So I'll scroll down. We have a number of functions for data validation and data cleaning. So we are extracting the data from the CSV and loading it into our web page. Here we have a function to load and prepare the data. We will use a try except block to read contents of the CSV files using pandas. We read shortlist CSV and also a winners CSV. In case we are unable to find these folders, we have an except block here, a file not found error exception. So we do exception handling in that case. We also normalize the columns. Here we're doing data cleaning. Basically, we're stripping the CSV files of any white spaces. So eventually, after our try except block, we still do a lot of validation. Finally, the whole goal is to return the winner. We do that with the return winners data frame. So we have another function as well, the one where we are doing data science. We're going to use basic mathematics. So the function is called define compute scores. We are doing a bonus score system. Players that have won recognized trophies will multiply the number of trophies they have won by a bonus system of 2. Individual awards will multiply by a bonus system of 1.5. So we have a data frame for the shortlist, and then we are also only considering players in the top 5 leagues. As you can see, we have the top 5 leagues here. League 1 from France, Bundesliga from Germany, Serie A, Italy, La Liga, Spain, English Premier League. So this is one of the things we have to consider for who will win the Ballon d'Or. It's very hard, like I said, for someone to win when they're not in the top 5 leagues. So in case average ratings are not filled or they are empty, we fill the value with 0. The final score formula is right here. So average ratings for the season, remember the average ratings we talked about right here in the shortlist. Average ratings for our players, they're right here. They're all full. These are the ones that we got from Who Scored Planet Football. So we come back to the code. We're having the average ratings plus the number of trophies times the trophy bonus plus the number of individual awards times the trophy bonus. Please note, within individual awards, I included country awards for certain players. For example, Portugal won the UEFA Nations League. Players like Nuno Mendes, João Mendes, UEFA Nations League winners, Vitinha, UEFA Nations League winner, among the individual trophies. Donnarumma is on the Champions League team of the season. Let me come back here to our code. So in case our values are empty, we will use a usable mask for the average ratings, number of trophies, number of awards. In case they are empty, replace those empty spaces with 0. At the end, we are going to generate a list of the Ballon d'Or rankings that is in descending order from the one that has gotten the highest score. So we use a method for sorting. As you can see here, we have ascending is equal to 4. We are only considering descending ranking from the best to the 30th. Within our app route, here is where we are going to render Python code into a HTML template. We have a prediction data frame where it will compute from the shortlisted data frame, and we are only considering players in the top 5 league for who will win the Ballon d'Or. So if our prediction returns an empty value, we have an error.html page in case we get any errors. So we're still doing more data validation with these lines of code. Eventually, we will return results through an index.html page. In case we are not able to do that, we have an exception block where we will use the traceback Python library to give us more details on our error. And then here is where our Flask application ends. This piece of code makes sure that our application runs after all the lines of code have been interpreted. App.run debug is true is a line that is used in case there are changes that are made to the code. It will automatically run the code again. So we'll run python app.py to run our code. The other thing, these libraries also need to be installed. That's another important thing that I forgot to do. So I'll use the Python package installer pip install pandas flask numpy traceback. So we use all these libraries, so they need to be installed with the Python package installer before we run the code. So once all the libraries have been installed, we'll run python app.py. That is how we run Flask apps. We have no errors. So we copy this link that we've gotten in the terminal. I'll paste it within our browser. Let's see. So this is our web page. We have our predicted winner, Osman Dembele. So I think our prediction model is on the right track. What other data do we have? We have a full prediction table as well. So this explains why Dembele has been ranked number 1. Basically, using our math algorithm or our simple math formula, Dembele ended up with a total score of 18.5 because he has won 4 trophies. He has gotten 2 awards. Also, the average rating, his average rating was high, so we added the average rating. It's not being displayed here, but within our Excel sheet, within our CSV files, the average ratings are there, so they are added to the final total. If they weren't added, it would show us an error. Lamine Yamal comes in second. He won 3 trophies with Barcelona and 3 awards, I think, under 23 team, and he was also the La Liga's best player. You have Mohamed Salah, who comes in at third. He won the PFA Player of the Year for the 3rd time. No other player has done that. You have Portugal's Nuno Mendes. Desire Desiree, best young player of the Champions League alongside Bellingham, 4 trophies. He comes in 5th. You have Vitinha, PSG, and Portugal UEFA Nations League. Donnarumma, who is in the Champions League Dream Team. Ashraf Hakimi, who won 4 trophies ahead of Rafinha. Rafinha comes in at 9th. He had 3 trophies. He has one of the best statistics in terms of goals and assists. So if we are considering just goals and assists, I think he was the ES Sports La Liga Player of the Season. He would be probably in our top 5, but because the Ballon d'Or will look at different metrics, like for example, even here Pedri is number 10 on our list. Kylian Mbappe is out of the top 10, and Robert Lewandowski, despite all his stats, he won a Golden Boot, he won French Best Player. So I think this model is good. You guys can give me comments if you feel like it needs to be improved. Feel free. I've uploaded this code on my GitHub where I uploaded this code. So I'm going to show you the front end of this code. Within our project, we'll go to index.html. Basically, we're going to set our HTML language to English for SEO purposes. Within our header tag, we're going to set our character set to the standard Unicode UTF-8 for all our characters to be uniform and have standard character standards. Our title is Ballon d'Or prediction. You can see it right here. Ballon d'Or prediction, right? I think you guys see that when I hover. And then when I go back to the code, we use style.css. I didn't use Tailwind because in this case, the CSS code is very minimal. It's not that much, so there's no need for Tailwind code because you don't have a lot of CSS classes and functions. Secondly, we also have custom styles that we use within the body of a tag, the font family that we use. We have custom body tags, custom table tags for standardization, the text alignment in the table, making sure that all our data is on the left of the table. For example, PSG, it's not centered in the middle. That's just for the table, please note. Font color is white. I think you can see within our tables our font colors are white. Basically, that's the custom CSS styling that we have within the HTML page. Within our body tag, we have a header that has the Ballon d'Or 2025 prediction model, and within the paragraph, based on the data scoring criteria, the predicted winner is. We have a second header tag. So this is what we are talking about here, the header tag, Ballon d'Or prediction model, and then the paragraph right here. Then the last header shows us that Ousmane Dembele is the predicted winner. When I come back to the code, we are using the Ginger template within Flask. The Ginger template is used to display Python variables within our HTML. Another header for full prediction table. When I come back to our code, we have it right here, full prediction table. Within our table, we have the table head, whereby we have within our table rows player, club, trophies, awards, average rating, final score, which is right over here. I think you can see this information right over there. I can come back within our table body. We're using Ginger again to display our Python variables, the players, the club, the number of trophies. Please note that within our Excel sheet, we don't have the number of trophies. Basically, it's principle in normalization. You can see here we just listed the trophies: Ligue 1, Coupe de France, Champions League. But one of the principles of normalization, if your data is in a table, it should contain one value. So we decided to just sum them up. Finally, we end our Ginger syntax right there, and that is our HTML code. So we could go to the style CSS code. So within our style CSS, the body of our website, we are using the font family Arial sans serif for the body. The background deep blue, or should I say purple. Color of the text should be white. The text alignment is centered. This is for the body tag. We can go back to our code right here. You can see our body content is centered and it's white. We can scroll through within our container. Basically, this is the container that fits the entire website. The background is also deep blue, or should I say purple. Within our header one, you can see this is violet, the color that we used. So I will come over here to the header H1. You can see right here, Ballon d'Or 2025 prediction. It's kind of violent, I think, when I remove the highlighting from it. Also, the header 2 is gold or yellow, I think, which is Ousmane Dembele. Basically, the winner, we're giving it the same color as the trophies on the side. So we have a full prediction table. We'll look at table container. We make sure that our words do not overflow. Table border, the solid color. So within our table, the borders have a solid color. Table heading, I think you can see the background color is slightly a bit different. This color is a different shade of blue right here, kind of like bluish gray. As you can see, the background of the table headings right here. The font is also white. I think you can see right here. For even rows, the background color is different. So this makes it easy for us to view our content within there. Then for odd rows that have a different shade of blue, that's why our table looks striped, so that our content is more visible. So that's the CSS code. That's how our website looks like. In case you guys want to develop your own, feel free to use my data set on Cargo. On the FIFA Ballon d'Or predictions, you can download it. Also, the code is also available on my GitHub, like I showed you. The instructions on README. So feel free to do a pull request and download this code. We have YouTube channel, Digital Proximity. I'll be doing more videos similar in relation to Python code, data analytics, and data science. I'll also be doing some videos on JavaScript. You guys can follow me on Medium at Nick Sakwa, whereby I write articles about programming, Python, JavaScript as well. Yeah, so that you guys can learn more. So I'm sharing more content and information. This is our TikTok handle, Digital Proximity. I also have some content on JavaScript, React. I'll be doing more programming content. So I'll keep you guys updated on data science, programming, AI, digital proximities, where you can get all this content. So I hope the information that I've given you and the source code will be helpful in your data analytics and data science journey. Please, in case you don't agree with our list, please develop better models. Develop better models. You can use my code. You can modify it. You can also use the CSV data from Cargo. Do some modifications. If you can come up with better predictions, we want to see who has the most accurate predictions for who is going to win the Ballon d'Or. September 22nd is when the Ballon d'Or award will be given out. So guys, join the challenge. Develop a data science model for who is going to win the Ballon d'Or. This, I think, is a fun side project. It took me about 10 days because it's a side project. I have work and other things to do, so it didn't take me so long. I believe it can take people a shorter time. I would expect someone to do it within 3 days if they're not. Remember, this is just a side project. That's why the code is available on my GitHub. Come join the challenge. We could use other different algorithms. We could use statistics. We could use quanta. We could look at the highest percentage, highest rating. I haven't used that. Some people probably want to use scikit-learn algorithms. I don't know which other machine learning algorithms you think can be used here, because I just used the basic mathematics formula in this case. So that's it for today. I'll keep you posted on more content. Peace.